Hello. Hello.
Hello, Ahmad. How are you?
Hi. How are you?
Great, great. All right. So glad you could join. So I gather there was a technical glitch. Maybe there were too many people trying to join your session. So
Thank you.
yeah. And we just got done with a number of previous sessions. So we should probably give it a couple of minutes for the others to be able to join. As soon as they join, we will get started. Okay. So let's give it another minute or so. We will start at 8:17. Is that okay?
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Great.
Yeah. No problem.
Fantastic.
So I can just when I will share, just I need to the start sharing my screen or how
Yes.
to
So
share.
at the bottom, you will see a button that says, that shows like a computer screen. So click on that.
Yeah, but it is now. But it is
Yeah.
a cross
If
is
you
over
click on
there.
it, the
Red.
cross will go away.
Oh. Okay. 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 Oh, then this will come out. I got it. Got it.
Right.
Got it. Okay. Let's try for it as you are
Right.
near here.
Yeah.
It is the
Looks
better
good to
way.
me. Right. So whichever portion people want to see, they can kind of just highlight that, and so we'll be all set. All right. Perfect. I see your screen now. Okay. So I think we're at 8:17, so we can get started. So firstly, I'd like to welcome all of you. Hello and welcome everybody to almost, we are at almost towards the fag end of the regional Scrum gathering for Hyderabad. I'm very excited to be here with you for today's session, which is on failure to success following an agile way for ID infrastructure. So, firstly, let me share with you the structure for this session, which is for about 60 minutes. The first part will be speaker's introduction, which we will get to shortly. Part two is where we will talk about the failure to success following an agile way of IT infrastructure transformation. And part three is where we will take questions and answers, right? If you have any questions, make sure that you choose the
Right.
session chat, which is towards the right side of this window that you see. And I and Ahmed will collect questions and we will answer them towards the end of the session. About halfway into the event, you will see that the poll for this session will be active. So if you can please take a minute to share your feedback, that will be very much appreciated. So without further ado, I will basically introduce our speaker for the session, Ahmed Zafar Sadek Bhuiyan. Right? And yeah, so this is cool. All right,
Yes.
so I got the name right. So
Yeah,
right, all
you got
right,
the name
great.
right.
Thank you very much. So, I mean, I'd like to share a little bit. I think Ahmed is a very competitive delivery manager. He's got close to about 20 years of experience, worked across disciplines, and multiple teams, multiple agile transformations, simple, medium, complex. He's pretty much versatile in his experience. He's got strong experience in operations, setting up new teams, and leading global virtual teams. With that said, he's certainly got a muscle in IT infrastructure, which he's going to talk a little bit about. So, without further ado, Ahmed, over to you. Take it away and share with
Thank,
us all that you want to share with us. Thank you.
thank you very much. Welcome you all. So let's go for our topic, and in the meantime, I'll introduce myself also. So this is my topic: failure to success. Actually, how agility helps us to bring some success whenever we others way we find out it's absolute failure. So in this topic, actually, before going to move furthermore, just give an idea. So I'm Ahmed Zafar Sadiq Bhuiyan. I'm from Bangladesh and working as a consultant and with around 20 years experience in multiple organizations. So and like Accenture, Wipro, Huawei, and also in some government organizations. So and here I've seen some agile transformation also. Also I've attempted some agile implementation. So today I'm going to share one of my experience where I have attempted a agile way in a one project when it was absolute failure. Okay, let's have a look. It was a IT infrastructure project. It was a data center project. So normally what happened? We think we have a common idea is that uh, agility is for only software project. Then actually that moment, actually when this project was came into my hand, actually I got this idea that only software projects can have the implemented by agility. But at that moment, I was in also in a absolute failure of this project. Why it is absolute failure become? Let's have a background on it. It was a very advanced data center project, and all the technologies utilized in this data center project, it was most supreme technology. So those who have idea about data center, and those you have not, but let's have a focus on it. Data center project is requires a server technology, network technology, infrastructure, physical infrastructure, passive infrastructure, power, cooling, lots of small segment it covers to it, the data center project. So, and if all technologies are put in the most advanced, and it's really tough to implement getting all those resources. So highly secured, it was the one of the most common features because it was the customer's requirement. Because considering a strategic status quo, customers' expectation was to make it a highly secure data center. And that was the another important part of it is that it's the first virtualized data center ever in the country. So and also that according to that time, our so far our knowledge, that was the first ever virtualized data center in this region also. So it is designed expected by the customer end customer, but actually their dream was so high, so they never think about whether it was tested or not, successfully done or not, but they are constantly willing to make it happen. Technology says it's possible, so let's make it possible. And as it is the very first time in the country, so this expertise, we have limited expertise, and coincidentally this project was a full turnkey project. Full turnkey project, as is those who have some idea about full turnkey means, it's a we have to build from the civil design, civil infrastructure, put the all the active and passive equipment, and make data center live, migrate the data services from old data center, and hand over to the customer with the operation. So this is the most challenging because limited expertise, first time experience. So this was the most toughest area initial it was drawn. And when this project was taken, most of the case lots of risks was not that much way properly measured. So and these risks are coming up in the popping up and one by one and day by day, and that creates the failure, and that creates the challenges. And in the meantime, another most interesting scenario occurs in the business segment, that is the organization which was got the contract, that is that time my organization, that management declared a merger. And this merger was with a one of the world's largest consulting house. And so due to India, I'm not putting the name, but the world largest consulting house for the country, they are coming to the country and they declared for a merger, and they have decided to go for a global. And that was the another level challenge started from for my project, that is the resource movement, because people are interested, tech people are interested to work for a larger platform. it is very well want to work better, uh, better customer, everything. And as well as that moment earlier, as my or previous organization, the focus was only for the country focus, but now this focus has changed. Due to this merger, this focus goes to global. So my project that time really challenging. And moreover that, as earlier as I mentioned, that time was a very less customer, sorry, less expertise, and to as per the customer requirement, to meet the customer requirement, but it's become more acute because more expertise are moving to international projects, and I'm facing lack of expertise, lack of resources again and again, because those who have, I have some skill sets I had, those are also moving to a global projects. And then the further thunder come, that is the progress I submitted to the customer. They said, we are not happy, so this is not the right way you are doing. I want these configuration. As I mentioned, it was the most secured. So they highlight about the secured part, and they said no. I want this way configuration. So which was a big surprise, because I find out that my previous colleagues who meet the who was articulating the requirement documents, that time some requirements were missing, so some documentation structure was missing, and as it was not communicated during the development and configuration stage, so customer was said, nobody was asking me to about the progress. You said you developed and you do it, now you are asking me. Said, I said no, so I'm not happy with the way you delivered, so my requirement is you have to deliver this way. So they have put it lots of requirements, and this is the biggest challenge, because at this moment delivery time is almost over. So delivery team whenever these new requirements come, the total team motivation, team was frustrated. This was an absolute failure they are thinking, because they're totally frustrated, because customer saying no, customer saying yes, I'm not agree with you development, because it is not as per my way. And this is a total team was frustrated, and they are not even seeing their single interest to fight again. So this was the absolute failure moment. And coincidentally, this when this situation occurred, just few months, 1 month back, 2 months back actually, sorry, I took this charge of this project. Then I find out only failure and failure cases there. Teams are totally frustrated, resources are not available, and at that moment, no way to move out. And as I mentioned, it is a infrastructure secured, highly secured project, and it's a actually defense project. So there is no scope, no, that was not easy to engage people, resource at any moment of time. And as it was a highly technical project, resources are not available, so everything was an absolute massacre, absolute, because no hope, what to do, how to do. And management, actually my management was looking to me, therefore you need to make some solution, you please come up with a solution. No, and the stakeholders, customers said that I don't care, you're the project manager, you need to give me an answer. So actually I went nowhere at that moment. So I was looking for workaround, what is the way forward, what to do. Then actually, as I was started to learn a bit as a scrum, so I was said, okay, I said to customer or to my management, can we check it some agile way? Then all the stakeholders, my internal stakeholders and the customer, both said no, we don't care about agile. I don't know, I want this project done. And interestingly, delivery teams was more afraid, more scared, because uh, they have no idea about scrum, so what to do. Then actually one day customer said, Zafar, I don't care about your scrum, agile, everything, I want this project completion. Then one day this one thought come up. Okay, why not? Let's allow me. I need to sit with my team. So I took a meeting room booked for full day and full 2 session to and all the foods in the meeting room, everything, every team members in the room sit together and said, guys, this is our turn. We need to decide what to do. There's nobody is going to save us. Now it's like uh, a crocodile in the river, tiger on the shore. So we have to decide which way we need to go. We need to survive only one way, find out the way, and we need to jointly work together. Then actually, so we have find out some other way to think. And the first thing is that, okay, what to do? Get the new deadline. Then we approached the customer. Customer said, okay, yes, we'll give you. If you agree to work, give a commitment, then we can give you some extended timeline. We got the timeline, and yes, we got first 3 months. So then actually again we sit with the team. I sit with the team every day. Everybody sit and list all the pending tasks. And here I did one, honestly speaking, I did one interesting things, tricky things, that I didn't mention anything, any word like agile. I just utilized their way, traditional way, but in my mind, it is a agile way. That is, list all the pending tasks and mention it as a as a backlog. So these all the pending tasks are mentioned in the list, and we segregate it in the 1, 2, 3 in three part of it, and virtually we break down into 3 milestone. And I know this, it's a sprint, but to the team, as they're scared about some jargons and words, so I said, okay, think it as a milestone. Don't need to think about the sprint. So just think 3 milestone we need to give. But I asked team that you need to decide what task you need to do in this 3 milestone. And I said them, okay, I have one more question. I have one more request. What is that? That is, we'll check every day, sit together every day and sit and check where we are, what is our status, what are the challenges. So that is the daily scrum. So but I didn't mention it as a daily scrum. I mentioned it as a only daily status meeting. So the team was happy. Okay, yes, we can do it status meeting. Yes, earlier weekly status meeting happened, now we can do it daily. It is for 15 minutes. Oh great, it's a good things rather than 2 hours in a weekly meeting. 15 days daily meeting is good enough. I'm happy. Every team members was happy, and they said, okay, let's do it this way. They choose the options, and they are happy, and every day this happening started. Then actually I request them, then guys, we'll do one more thing. What is that? Is we'll go for a milestone progress review. That is actually the sprint review. So they said, actually, yes, we can do it. Earlier we do weekly, so now you are saying that, and as a weekly meeting and monthly or quarterly a um, review meeting. So we can go for a milestone review in every month, because yes, we have 3 milestone. Yes, very good. Then actually I propose, I have one more request. What is that? Yes, every month after milestone review, we'll have a short meeting. What is our lesson learned and how to achieve the goal? Because obviously there will be some missing, there will be some gaps, and there will be some lesson learned, or what there is some failures. So we'll need to improve that one. They said, yes, this is also a good one. We can do it. So this how I took the buy-in, I took the commitment from the team, and team also agreed, yes, I think now we can make it. So this is how teams motivations are coming up to one by one, that yes, we can do it. And through this actually we move to achieving the success. And to share you guys, actually the first success come up, that first sprint, actually our achievement was 80%. And interestingly, first time this team, I find out that every team member was motivated, because they are saying this, yes, now we can make it. earlier what I mentioned, that moment when the customer is, they're absolutely frustrated. Some of the team members inform me that they are going to resign because they cannot take the pressure from the stakeholders, like internal and external customers and inside. Everybody's asking why you cannot make it, what are the challenges. So they are mentally feeling breakdown. So now they are, when their first sprint success comes up, this 80% also, then they said, yes, I think we can make it. Then after this sprint, they said, okay, let's check it out. We need, I asked them, okay, let's in the retrospective meeting, let's have it, sit together, find out how we can make it more and more, because we have very limited amount of time, because we have only 3 months to achieve it. So they said, okay, as we sorted out some tasks, we need to reorganize those tasks, and we need to do some priority and deprioritization. So I was a bit happy, because that is actually backlog refinement. So this is these things are coming up from the team, and they are very much energetic to working on this, because these task leaks are prepared by them. And they said, actually, this is the first time, because you are, as a project manager, listening to us. Earlier, nobody listened to us, only give it to us that to execute. Only team lead and project managers ask us to do it. But this time, yes, if we can tune it, redefine it, we can reorganize it, that would be better to implement. So yes, it's your task, everything, you decide what to do. Then they fully reorganized and reprioritized and reordered, and then the remaining success comes in the second and third sprint. And there actually we got almost 100% success, even some cases more. So as a result, at the end, and some, as I mentioned, in the first sprint only 80% was achievement, but those 20% also covered by the team through their reorganizing the task, and also do some innovative way to integration of the tasks. So that, I was a bit surprised, that I was a bit worried initially, surprised and worried, because how they will cover this one, because I need to go to again stakeholder, that, oh guys, sorry sir, I feel something, still some trust remaining, I need some time. But they said, no, you need to don't want to go to there. We have some other way. We'll find it out. Here is nothing about overtime and everything. We need to find out the way to make it happen. And it was a really absolute unbelievable motivation I find out in their eyes. So they, every time they went to the, when moved to their house at the evening, but they're thinking to way for innovation, how to save the time. And at the third sprint, I find out there is no task remain. Every task is done. And when I submit the to the customer is also happy, because every moment in the review meeting, customer also accepted this one, and they said, okay, yes, it's going on the right track. So this is how the first if unhappy customer become a happy customer. So this is actually a and this is actually gives me a courage. First time, this is my first infrastructure project where I put my agile way of thinking to the team. And that gives me always a delight to that, yes, agile way of working not only works for software project, on not only for works for innovation, actually it works for everywhere, if we want to work with from our heart. If we believe, then we can make it. So this is actually the uh, journey of a data center project, where I fully infrastructure based project, but where this agility makes a success from a failure, makes converts a failure to a success one. And that gives us that still delight me, and still customer, this team members still motivated. And I'm proud to share, these team members are still connected right now also. Every moment, whether if anybody feels ill or sick or everything, still they are connected. They're like a family member. So this bonding is never ever like to me, I think I was few days ago, even I was thinking that this team bonding will be like a never-ending bonding. Just a small 3 months bonding. Earlier they worked together, but this bonding was not happened. But after the 3 months work, now there is like a virtual family member. So this is what the story of my experience, what I experienced, and that was a success of a agility in an IT infrastructure project. So that's all from my side. Thank you.
So fantastic story there, Ahmad. I mean, I must say, I think you kind of, hit the fact that you were doing agile, but you made the team do agile and then reap the benefits. I mean, it's very heartening to see that you've built long-standing relationship with your teams, which is fantastic. I think we have just about 4 minutes left.
Yes.
And I see that there's a couple of questions that came in. I'll take the first question. I'll read that out to you if you can respond to that. Mahmudul Haq has asked, what are your suggestions for a Scrum Master or Project Manager in terms of documentation, especially in case where employee churn rate is high? We have suggestions there, Ahmed?
Yeah, actually, this especially for the documentation part, I would say it should be part of a parcel of our work, every task of it, because if we put it remain for the completion of a task, and it will remain forever, and it will be a big task, pending task for the whenever will it will be end. So actually, this is actually the common phenomena for any IT project. That is okay. We think about it that we will complete the documentation after the last. Even some cases, I find out some projects that they think about the last sprint. We'll do it. This documentation. No, we should put the documentation from the beginning, and then it will be a gradually every sprint it will go and into incremental way.
Interesting. I mean, I can't agree more with the fact that I think we should make everything that makes the working software, from the time we develop it till we deliver, all of that to be a part of the definition of done. So very well said, Ahmad. So thank you very much. I think we have time for one more question. We'll take that and then we'll probably give it a wrap. The question, I think Misam Abbas seems to be the most enthusiastic participant all the way through. I think he's asking one question that I find this one pretty loaded and pretty interesting, which is to say, what was the biggest success that you realized in this project that you said, and that made you, that basically gave you a great sense of satisfaction? So what was that?
Actually, this project was a national interest. To make this project success was is something like a challenge for me. And when I took over this project, it was near to absolute failure. So, and whenever I just can remember, as I mentioned, this project was a defense project. And the last day when the general was general said that yes, you boys, you made it, and this is a pride. So actually that day, actually some feelings, and this is actually he said this, you defense he when he's appreciating, it's a something else you can feel that yes, it's such an acceptance, and also this, and also yes, team was such a motivation. They were very delighted, feel proud of it, their project. I find out most of the case.
Okay, so looks like we have lost Ahmed because of a bad connection on his end. But nevertheless, I mean, I'm glad you guys were all able to join. I think I'm glad the discussion happened towards the end and not midway. So glad you guys were able to carve out the time. Please also take a minute to provide your feedback to the poll. The poll is active. And look forward to seeing you in another session, another day, and another time. So thank you very much. Have a great rest of the day, night, or afternoon, depending on where you are. Bye now. Bye now. Thank you very much.